was really expecting it to go through. Guys, thank you so much for waiting in line. It is hot as hell in that thing. So my fiance, Catherine, made these costumes because we went to a pirate-themed wedding in Disney World this past Halloween weekend. And I gotta tell you, for any time you've ever said, I can't adult today, like it's a verb, let me tell you about a place called Universal Studios. You can run around drunk all day. If you just want to elbow children, their parents will thank you. He's such a spoiled, I know. And if you just want to bolt across the park, no one stops you. The people in those expensive costumes, no. You push them down, they owe Disney their souls. What do they owe you? Another beer. This is coffee, by the way. I see one Rick Sanchez cosplayer that just gave me a namaste. We're good to go. This is just so... I like the structure of the space is I can do this and not elbow a Homestuck. If I wanted to just cover myself in gray body paint, I'd continue cosplaying zombies. It's just, this is luxurious. This is nuts. We're right on the boardwalk. There's a craft beer convention happening tomorrow that we get money off of our tickets for showing them our badges. Yeah. No. Look it up, kids. There's a craft beer convention happening down the block that we get discounts on. Realizing since I'm emceeing the masquerade, I should probably say, come back in time for the masquerade. Because I won't. I'm gonna get on stage like, my name is Uncle Drunk. I am so yo right now, you guys. Coming up next, an Undertale skit, a Steven Universe skit, an Undertale Steven Universe skit. There's no creativity at all. What if I were just some random guy who beat up a cosplayer, stole a Journey cosplay, and then just opened the door? That would have worked too! I love Jersey! Before we get started, though, on a truly serious note, before I just lock into character completely and just start screaming for the next hour, I thank you guys so much for getting all the way down here and then spending however long you did waiting in line to get into here. Thank you guys so much. This is an honor to be back over here. I have so much fun at Animenext. I have so much unexpected fun at Animenext. Because before I get here, every New Jersey show I love, because I love Jersey crowds. This is around the area where I grew up, so I've got a lot of just connection and empathy with the crowd. But I am terrified every show I do in Jersey. Like, I start the year at KatoriCon, and by the time Animenext comes around, I'm like, oh crap, I need a new show. What do I do for those two 13-year-olds who come to the same show? And then by the time DerpyCon now comes around in December, I'm like, oh crap, I need a new show. And then the next month after that is another KatoriCon! No! You know how long this shit takes to write? I'm gonna start outsourcing my own jokes to... Which is really just all George Carlin rants, but the occasional 90s anime reference thrown in instead of a politician. And now they caught on. Good evening, and welcome aboard Otaku National Airlines Flight 42 with service to Animenext 2016. At this time, we'd like to invite aboard all members of our exclusive Elite Super Rare Digivolve Shiny Blue Diamond Club members. Please check your baggage and privilege at the door. Take this time to line up on the red carpet away from the hoi polloi and the collective confunk of our first-class passengers. We'd like to now invite aboard all of our Ultimate Elite Super Saiyan Premium Ruby and Sapphire members to line up for a chance to stand awkwardly in a tiny plastic tube and hold your own luggage. In a moment, we'll be opening up lining up privilege to our first-class VIP Garnet Hyper Level B card holders. Please present your neck brand and firstborn upon entering the line. We'd like to now invite members of our Fair Trade Organic Certified X and Y Club members, our Mega Black and White Ranger, our Gold and Silver and Red and Green, Blue and Yellow and Pink and Orange and Blue Club members to board our flight. Please take this time to stand in the middle of the aisle and stare into the overhead compartment like a freshly lobotomized frat boy. If you can't fit your suitcase and store it in the overhead compartment, the 30 people behind you will gladly fold you in half and shove you into your new plastic carpet coffin, eager to verbally agree on a pact to never acknowledge your death or the idiocy leading up to it. Hate you, JetBlue. And if we could please have our Diamond Platinum Deluxe Dragonzord Super Gold Mystic Force Gold Rose Quartz card members to line up now. This flight is fully booked, so toss your bags like rotten bales of fish onto the runway 20 feet below. We'd now like to invite all passengers in Zone 2. All members of Zone 2 who forego their free on-flight peanut and pretzel flakes will receive an extra half hour in the onboard ball pit, which will be made available the same time as the Homestuck video game.
Oh, God.
We'd like to now invite all members of our Amethyst, Pearl, and Peridot level passengers to leave. This is how every bride in every magazine smiles now. It's more like just it's like Shark Week before their eyes like roll back into their head. Just like showing teeth. I'm getting married! And welcome aboard of Otaku National Airline Flight 42 with service to Animenext 2016. All passengers will be able to access our free onboard Wi-Fi, which will give you access to our homepage and the opportunity to pay us $30 for 2 hours of shoddy, unprofessional Wi-Fi. Today our in-flight movie will be Seth Rogen's Fart Jokes and Pot. Please have all 3DSs, PlayStation Vistas, Game Gears, and other overpriced paperweights in the full upright positions. All seatbelts fashioned. I think it's about time we blow this seat and get everybody in this stuff together. And after what seems like a lifetime of Kafka-esque bureaucratic pleasantries and psychological torture, we will arrive at Animenext 2016. All we can promise you is that the ride is worth it. What have I been doing now?
Really?
What the hell did you think I was going to do? Toss the microphone over the table? Every year I break one of these things at Animenext. They're going to call on the tap one of these days. But if you can, exciting news for anyone who ever listened to the old podcast. We are The Geek. I, 2 hours ago, launched episode 3 of a new narrative serial horror podcast that I'm running this summer alone. So if you can either check out the Uncle Yo YouTube page, or if you want to check out wearethegeek.libsyn.com, or just grab a card. For any of you who are fans of a tabletop system called The World of Darkness, or if any of you are fans of horror RPGs, I'm doing a serial narrative horror RPG. It's called The Tombstone Kings and Queens. Imagine Persona meets Ghostbuster in modern day New York, and that's it. It's kind of good to go. I'm excited. It's going to be 6 episodes, and then the viewers are going to choose where the story goes from there. Yeah, that's also a good news to launch the Patreon page. I have a Patreon page, by the way, which Patreon and a Facebook page are like the 90s equivalent of like the very beginning of the internet. Like, you'd only hear about it at the end of Wheel of Fortune. Visit us on the World Wide Web. That's what the W stand for, Clarence. At www.thisshitwillneverwork.com. You got mail. My name's Uncle Yo. I'm a geek-specific stand-up comedian. I had a coworker ask me last month what my sign was. I told her the bat signal. Bitch was too young to get the Thundercats reference. I have begun, and I was gonna wait like another year before I ever announce this, but I have to do this now before I get married over Labor Day weekend for the sake of the second part of the joke. Yeah, gentlemen, you missed out on that boat. I now produce science fiction yaoi novels for Audible.com. No, this is not a joke. I am making very good money cornering this market like an episode of La Blue Girl and attacking it like Titans cornering a bunch of weeaboos. I am cornering this market and making it my bitch. And the reason being is that on our registry, I've asked for kitchen knives, Amazon gift cards, and every audiobook that Bryce Chadwell has ever narrated for Audible.com, just so my family has to Google search the word yaoi. Cause it's my day! So my sisters can go, there's a word for it! Have you guys gone on for this weekend? I would like for you to become painfully aware of any time someone begins a sentence with the word actually, but there's no reason to. Here's what we know that is actual. Y'all bitch is gonna die. Gravity. That's it. Anything else is freaking subjective. It doesn't freaking, just become obnoxiously aware when anyone begins the sentence with actually. Just imagine it as verbal diarrhea. Anytime someone starts the word actually, begins the sentence, just imagine Trump vomiting diarrhea into your mouth. Every time. And because what happened is actually has become the new like, and like has become punctuation. Because we just glazed it over during the Valley Girl phase of talking, where like was not just a starter of here is me explaining a story, because we were experimenting, and this is me relaying the dialogue, because he was like, because you don't have eidetic memory, you don't word for word remember what everyone's gonna say, so he was like, you have to stop drinking, and I was like, you're not the mom of me, Dad. We just let like go. What bothered us like was when like was a verb, but like was also like the adjective for like, and we weren't sure whether someone liked you, as if two likes made a love, but we didn't know what that word was, so what we did was actually. We're never done talking as Americans, despite having nothing to say. Just for this weekend, imagine that. One Trump joke, and then I move on, because I just want to talk about things I love. I'm tired of seeing things I hate over my Facebook feed. I just want to talk about games that I love. One Trump joke. He's lived the American dream of becoming his own Simpsons caricature. He's not even racist. He's not even white. He's orange. Who can he offend except the teacher from Assassination Classroom? I love, personally, in the last 9 months, Obama has given no shits. Because he knows he's out, he's just doing everything that's been on our checklist forever, everything on the idealist checklist. He has become the Frylock. While Joe Biden has become the Carl, the Democrats have been Meatwad, and the GOP has become Master Shake. The last 6 months have just been, all right, Democrats, I'm gonna apologize for the bombing of Hiroshima. I'm gonna make peace with Japan, Cuba, and I'm gonna sink Florida like it deserves to. Don't you let the GOP defund Planned Parenthood, all right? It actually does a lot of good, it helps prevent teen pregnancies. And then the GOP runs in, abortion, no! Damn it, Democrats, I was gone for 2 hours, you let them defund Planned Parenthood. What the hell's wrong with you? But you're stuck in a two-party system, aren't you? If we all wrote in giant meteor, would that save us? One of my all-time favorites, and I love talking about this. I have issue as you get older. So I am of the 90s generation, before we even understood what the F word was, before we understood what feminism was. So I grew up watching like Vampire Hunter D and Ninja Scroll, the really violent, bloody anime. I just mentioned Ninja Scroll. The first you're like a black woman recorder. Like, are you kidding me? To be a Western feminist and to enjoy anime, you've got to cherry pick like it's an Anita Sarkeesian review. Like, you've got to cherry pick that tiny little. I just really like Trigun, okay? I just really like. You know, there's an entire genre of just tentacle rape. I know, but I still like this anime. Does that count? Why the hell not? What it comes down to is you've got to take and pick your battles. As I get older, I'm finding problems within Sailor Moon, and we all do the joke. I've done jokes about this, like, it takes forever, oh, the stock footage, oh, Tuxedo Mask, you're freaking useless anyway. He's just like the Phantom of the Opera, but he throws flowers. Economically speaking, how do you afford that? Roses are seasonal, and they're expensive as What's going on? But now I'm starting to get angry that the powers make no sense. Jupiter, lightning storm, makes sense. The planet is a giant living storm. She gets lightning powers. That's awesome. And then the girl wearing all blue, so she must have ice powers. That's who was that one? That's Sailor Mercury. Mercury's got the ice power. I seem to remember from 3rd grade Earth science. I know Sailor Moon was not written in the deep South Mississippi. Mercury is closest to the sun. There's no ice on it. There's like one little crater that Neil deGrasse Tyson likes to point out. But that's a hot planet. No, the hottest planet is Venus. Well, obviously she was the other blonde in the group. Like Mars is farther away. Mars should have ice powers. No, Mars has the fire powers. Why? It's colder. Well, she wears red. It's red, blood, fire combined. Okay, fine. Pluto should have the ice powers. Pluto has time travel. That's not even an element! Are you going with the like Earth, fire, wind, what? Time travel? What? You don't have the Planeteers and suddenly the Doctor spins in. Sonic is an element now. I remember in 3rd edition Dungeons & Dragons, things could do sonic damage to you. Okay, fire, acid, ice, I understand that as a damage type. Sound? Have you been to a rave at an anime con recently? That is sustained cumulative damage, my friends. And somehow the powers, you just go with it. Because it's an anime, and you want more of it.
Call for defense.
But they're slowly... It's my show, I'll lick what I want. 2015 was the year Nintendo finally learned that girls like to play video games as well. Did you know that women play more video games than boys? Statistically, it is proved because you had to buy your mom an iPad for Christmas. Now she's playing Boggle, now she's playing Word with Friends. My mother calls me all the time, it's a trivia game, it's movies, I need your help. Oh. The student becomes the master. Sci-fi? Bitch, fine. Women play more video games than men, which they play their own games, but they're still playing games. Candy Crush is still a game. This is fascinating. This is really its own way. Because I don't want my mom playing any other game. I don't want to run across my mother while playing Overwatch. I don't want to hear over my headphone, did you just snipe your mother in the back of the head? Did you just snipe me? I carried you for 9 months. I didn't have a choice. Did you just mercy my entire team back, your entire team back to life? You're going down, son. Well, if you're dead and can't respawn, maybe now's a good time to get started on that grandchild I've been asking you for. You have a grand cat. His name is Morty. He likes toilet paper tubes and strawberries. You are free to spoil him as much as you want. We both can be disappointed tonight, Mother. But 2015, Nintendo finally gave us a bone. Because 2015, they announced for the new Legend of Zelda game, which is interesting, that we've never been able to really play as Zelda, despite her being the title of the franchise. You still gotta play as a man. Kind of. They gave us a female character to play as. Not Zelda, they gave us a female Link. Because apparently 2015 was the year that Japan finally Googled searched Legend of Zelda fanfiction, Legend of Zelda cosplay, or asked any dwarf from Middle Earth. Gimli, what do you think of that guy? Bitch is wearing a short shirt, rides horses, he's got a bow. He's a bitch. A Link cosplay is just a Tinker... A Link... I get it now. Have a button. Where the hell even was I, you bitch? There you go. See, a Link cosplay is just a Tinkerbell that hasn't earned her wings yet. So they're gonna give us a new playable character wearing the same thing, same long hair, but it's got ponytails. That makes it a girl. Great, what's its name? Link. No, Link is the boy. Girl. Link. Girl. Link. Girl. Link. Girl. Link. Linkle. As in rhymes with tinkle? You're gonna buy this game? You're gonna buy 6? Are you kidding me? I'm addicted to you. I'm gonna pay $60 for Mario Maker? Are you making a new Mario game, Japan? No, you're making new Mario game. You're just paying us $60 to make it. You bought yourself an addict. It's so lit. It's such a little effort too soon. Like they could have given us. They have Toon Link in Smash Brothers. What if we got like Toon Zelda / Toon Tetra? That would have been an interesting match. I would have gone for that. But this is too little, too late. This is like getting fisted by Tinkerbell. I appreciate the effort, honey, but let's be honest. I don't even see you back there. Where's my page? Bill, did you see me like throw the damn page? Oh, there it is. We have new cats. You have to throw out the old Uncle Yo CD because we have new cats. You heard me talk about earlier. We lost our boy Epi. We took a while, and then we got our black cat, Morty. Morty is the perfect cat. Morty is a couch cougar. Morty is so low energy, he makes Chobits look like Dragon Ball Z. He is a couch cougar. If you sit on the couch, he's just magnetized to you. Can you stand up for a sec? All right, so you're gonna be me, just facing the audience. You're gonna be me, and I'm gonna be Morty. Anytime I come home, I get this. Okay, we're good. When you sit down on the couch, he wants to be on your right side, but he will, over time, melt and expand. Like, if you talk about man spreading, let me tell you about cat spreading. Morty doesn't just, like, move closer. Morty just extends, like, as much surface area of us. Like, we're not trying to make garnet on the couch. What are you doing? Stop trying to fuse. You've heard of fruit bats? Morty is a fruit cat. Morty is so stupid.